Queen actually has no checks here. Maybe Andrea's gonna forget about this rook. We'll see. Something like, oh, I think king you. Yeah, all right, let's try. Let's try for a draw here. That's the best chance. And oh, Andrea just made it. Oh my God, Andrea, take the pawn on b2. Are you kidding me? Are you? Andrea. Oh, yo. I like your hat. If I put it on, it's gonna look like we're colluding.
Can you wear? I don't like that. What it's the little ridge.
This is a great hat. Honestly, this is one of my favorite hats.
It is definitely more flattering snapback than most snapbacks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hello. Oh, I don't think she hears this.
Andrea sees a little peek. Hello! Jesse, we're looking forward to the comeback. You definitely have it in you. You've just been making a couple blunders towards the later stages.
I've blundered so many times, too.
I just have one question for you girls.
Please.
Yes.
Pineapple on pizza or no?
I can go either way.
No, no pineapple. No pineapple on pizza. Not for me.
Do you only have pineapple on your pizza?
No, just now.
Just now. Okay, no, I meant it looked like it wasn't a Hawaiian pizza. I didn't see the ham. I only saw the pineapple.
It was chicken, actually. So it's just chicken and pineapple. Yeah.
And their start. I didn't even need to start the game for them. Fantastic. All right, here we go. The score is 5-1 in Andrea's favor. Let's see if Jessie can have a comeback. I've really liked the positions she gets out of her white opening against the hyper-accelerated dragon. I think, ooh, e5 early. This is, I don't know the theory behind this. It just looks a little uncomfortable, but she is blitzing it out, so. The break should help Jessie get some wins, in my opinion, says Jen. Yep, I think getting a break when it's been a tough match is always helpful, so. Okay. So what's going on here? We got a centralized e5 pawn. It's going to be a weakness later on, but it does hold black from making moves like d5 because we can take en passant. Have the queen activated early, which we're usually told not to do because the queen is a very powerful piece and it's annoying to get it attacked and be forced to move back because you almost don't want to trade your queen for anything. Black is going to play something like bishop g7, go for the castle, and Andrea's going to have to play against less space, but in the future the pawn on e5 might become a bit of a target. Oh, I didn't expect d5. I didn't know if you wanted to allow e takes d6 here. It seems like that pawn made Andrea so uncomfortable that she felt the need to play d5 here. Aw, thanks, John. John, you haven't sent me the emote you want yet, by the way. So, if you still want it, send it to me. Okay. Oh. Andrea, good move, Maxime. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Hand and Brain with Maxime and Andrea, you should watch it. It was very funny. I lost a bet, so John is getting an emote. That's the only reason why, of course. I'm starting to like White's position now because she is developing the bishop with tempo. Where's this queen going to go? If it goes back, then we're going to develop the light squared bishop as well. So White's up in development. If we play something like queen b4, then maybe queen takes, knight takes, and castle. We castle right away, and the rook is on the open file immediately, and it's not a winning position, but it's a slight edge for White. Yeah, MVL is very funny, sanguine, and very relaxed. So that was a fun time. What happened to the pawn there? I'm so lost. You mean the pawn that was on e5? So what happened? E5. Let's just go back to that move. It's funny because chess.com gets a lot of bug reports, and many people report this move called en passant, and they say that it's not real. It's the only very tricky move in chess, but it's called en passant. It's when a pawn hasn't moved yet and it moves two squares, and there's a pawn exactly horizontally of it. That can take not the best explanation, but you guys can look it up. Google en passant if you want to know more. Yeah, castling too. So. Yeah, people report en passant as a bug. It's very funny. En passant, my opponent did something weird with their pawn. Chess.com, fix it. The first time you saw it, you thought your opponent was cheating. Okay, there you go, Farahel. And it's fine, because if you're new to chess and you didn't learn the rule, it looks very suspicious. So, funny tidbit of information there. Okay, bishop b5. I love this move because if you've been in check, you can castle, and if she plays something like bishop d7, bishop takes, knight takes, then the king is going to be tied to protecting the knight, and can castle queenside still, but a little bit of an extra pin. I would take, knight takes, and then bring the rook to e1, because then we are putting pressure on both d7 and e7, so black can't castle either way, and the king is left more in the center of the board. This position looks really good for Jesse. Yeah, where did Vila go? We don't have Vila here. That's a little sad. We're missing our boy Vila. I think this word does not mean what you think it means. Which word? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What just happened here? Ah, we pushed a3. I guess she was afraid of this move. That makes sense. Although knight b5 looking towards knight c7 was also better. Because now black has fixed her position by castling. She doesn't have any more weaknesses, and now, oh my gosh, we got a fork coming here. Andrea swindles it again. Oh man. Oh, Nicola, don't clip that. We don't want proof. That's true, Chesbay. That is true. Oh man, the swindle. Honestly, I did way too much reading on Corona yesterday. I'm feeling kind of nervous. If Andrea wins again, we gotta listen to some Sheck West. No, I think we'll let Andrea have her celebration if she does. But you know what? We've seen a lot of blunders, so let's not call it off just yet. Andrea is up a knight and a bishop for a rook, but certainly not winning yet. Pawn on f7 is in trouble here, and Andrea's giving her the pawn back. Rook takes f7. Now, again, it's starting to be tricky. I would leave the rook protecting f2. Ooh. Knight f2 seemed kind of annoying as well because the rook can't stay on the d file. 13 seconds to 6. Andrea looking like a poker player a little bit, yeah. Offering the trade, okay. Still a good position for black. Bishop e3 is a pretty key move. Now all of the pieces are protecting each other. For a second I thought there was a blunder. No, there wasn't. D takes c3 works here. So does d3. The bishop is still protected. Oh, and the timeout. The timeout. Oh my gosh. Andrea has been practicing her online chess. She is giving kind of a forced smile the way she does when she's uncomfortable at Romanian house parties. It's like when one of the older Romanian ladies comes and asks her about something she doesn't like. And she goes, yeah. It's very cute. Very cute. Well, I don't know. The Romanian translates a little bit weird, so we both get asked awkward questions. It's very cute, though. It's an oddly specific kind of uncomfortable. Exactly. Okay. Score is 6-1. Is Jessie going to come back this time? She said she's trying to learn how to refute the London. I mean, there isn't a refutation to the London, but there's definitely ways of playing it that are trickier. It's a pretty solid line, which also means that sometimes white isn't able to gain as much of an advantage since it's a less sharp line. So it's also less dangerous for black to play against. Sounds like your family gatherings. Yeah, exactly. Although usually I get picked on more than Andrea. Okay, rook d1. Why rook d1 though? We're not really opening up on this d file. We got a ton of pieces here. And she also didn't castle. Okay, the bishop's been traded. Are we going for e4? Maybe that's why she played it. That would be an explanation. Yeah, oldest child always have more difficult time there. Rook d1 is the best move. It's still theory, says Anthony. Well, if Anthony says that, I believe it. It makes sense if you're preparing for e4. My mom just texted me, can you talk? Although she's been in the room and she knows that we're streaming. Okay. No, my mom is worried. My mom is just worried about getting sick, as everyone is right now. But moms are always going to be more worried about their kids getting sick than anything else. I'm sure if anyone isn't a mom in here, or everyone has had a mom, so you know how that is. Okay. Any discovery attacks here? Nope. Yes, very well, thank you. That's funny, Drunk. No, I told her I'm on, and she said, I thought only Andrea's playing. Andrea, the only star here. Yes. Yes. Jen Shahadi, I actually, those pink fluffy headphones have been growing on me. I do make fun of Andrea for them. Well, because she's my sister. I try to do that for almost everything. But they are pretty comfortable and cozy looking and fashionable. So here we go. Rook a d8. Jessie playing this position well, and she's actually sitting comfortably on the clock. So we might see a change of pace here. White's turn to move. What is White's plan here? D takes c5 is something I would have considered as well, because otherwise she was at risk of ending up with an isolated pawn herself. Queen c5 here. Okay, so queen's moving off of the long diagonal. No discovery attacks right away, but there might be in the future. Knight g5 looks like an interesting idea here. Knight h5. And how are we going to kick that knight out? Let's just make a silly move for a second. Say knight g5 was here. h5 only move, but then bishop takes g6, and we're going to take on e6. So that looks a little dangerous. Knight e5 played here. Well, knight g5 is still an option, but the issue is the bishop on d3 is hanging. So what if we just trade off the knight? Are there any discovery attacks? Vila is here. Great to see you, Vila. We were wondering where you are. Vila actually showed up on time because he thought the match was going to start 15 minutes from now. All right, so Andrea still goes for this line. Now she has to move the bishop. The bishop is under attack. I don't think this works anymore because of knight takes g6. So that's actually a good way to defend it. Knight e4 instead. All right, we're looking towards f6. So bishop can try to trade off here, and bishop takes. And then here we have a bishop versus a knight in an open position, and black's king is a little bit more exposed. So, oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Ah. So tough. Andrea, stop giving that forced Romanian party smile. Who am I, chat? Who am I? No, I mean, because she's trying to be nice and not show that she's happy about winning, but it's just very funny. It's very funny. Yeah, she's happy she's winning, but she feels bad. Look at that side glare! The poor smile. I'm dying. I'm sorry. It's more funny because I obviously know Andrea very well because she's oh man. Yeah, Andrea normally gets really happy when she gets wins, and so that's why the forced smile is so funny. I know, Chesve, and she's really forcing it. She's really being polite, and I respect that for Andrea. I respect that. That's true. I am unbiased, Pizza, but we can still tease Andrea. At least Jesse is enjoying a nice snack there. I mean, your prediction isn't dead, and Jesse could still have a comeback. Jesse is just blundering. That's all that's been going on. And she can shake off the blunders because blunders like that shouldn't be likely to happen every game. Be nice to Andrea, please. Oh, I'm very nice to Andrea. It's good that she's being polite. No, 10-6 is possible, Norder, because it's first to 10 points. So if Jessie wins the next 5, then she has at least 6 points. Exactly, Steely King. Okay, so we have Jessie changing up her openings here. She played c4, which is an English, instead of going for e4. So we're not going to see a Sicilian this time. I respect the fact that she's trying something different, as she should. a3 is preparing b4 here. Oh, you said 10-6 Jessie. Sorry, Drunk Pyro. I didn't read that correctly. Apologies, Norder. Apologies. Okay, so White's got a huge, no, not huge, but a nice spatial advantage on the queen side here. What can Black try to do? Maybe e4, but then we have d4, so not right away. f4 always tempting in positions like this. Let's see. If we play f4 here, then we're just losing a pawn. Okay, it's attacked 4 times, defended twice. Never mind. We can just make a quiet move. Can we make a quiet move like queen d7? Well, White gets some play too. Knight d5, maybe doubling up soon. This position is pretty comfortable to play with as White here. Let's see what she plays. Andrea plays d5 and b5. So Andrea realizes that she's a little bit cramped and she tries to open up the position. Andrea's getting almost to 1900 blitz. That's respectable. Jessie's talking to her audience. If you would like to hear what she's saying, then let me send you we have the link, actually. Oh, we need a different notification for Andrea since she doesn't stream on her channel and we have the same channel now. But here is Jessie's channel. Okay. Knight a4. Interesting. So she's looking to put her knight on b6. If Black takes and Rook takes, then b7 is going to be a weakness. And we're also creating a pass pawn that can be protected. So c takes b5 feels strategically wrong here. But if she can't play it, then what is she going to do? Yeah, Andrea does seem confident, and she has been preparing for her tournaments, which is what I'm going to work on after the stream, on coming up with my study plan. Jesse's pawn has got it going on. It's all we want, and we've wanted it for so long. Baby, can't you see? You're the pass pawn for me. Okay, that's all. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Jesse's pawn. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Purse, don't throw me that. You know I can't resist stringing. Oof. Sorry, Chesme. No, we're done. We're done. That's it. That's it. And Alex is calculating without going bang, bang, bang on the list of things I need to work on. Very funny. No, Jesse has... This is Jesse's game. I think we want to see Jesse get a comeback because the psychology is going to play a huge role in this as well. And when there's a huge gap, 6 points here, you might feel like you can't come back. But getting one win, I think we're going to see some higher level of play from Jesse here. Ambulance, go away. It's not your time now. Jesse's doing fine. She's recovering. She's recovering. I'm just going to let it pass. So loud. Oh man. You still have ambulances tuned out, Drunk Pyro? Does that work? Do you ever start tuning them out? Yeah, I'm glad we caused a storm on her channel. I would like that. You guys should go support her as well. One of the things I really like doing with these matches is bringing on somebody who's relatively new to the chess streaming scene, just to help get new people some more exposure and just try and encourage the community to grow. So, aw, Jen, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I remember when I used to play chess growing up, and one of my best friends, she was also playing at the time, and before tournaments, I'd always ask my dad, if I'm winning the tournament and I play Melina, can I just offer her a draw? I don't want to play that game. And he'd always say, you know, if you're already winning, sure. And I mean, and she drew me before when I needed to win, and she was like almost crying because she felt so bad about it. But I don't know. I had that experience much more with my female chess friends growing up. But anyway. It was very cute. Can I give Jesse's channel again? Yes, I can. Here you go, guys. Go show her some support, please. It's in the channel now. Sorry, it's in the chat. So White's still much better here, but she's down on time, and surprising for me to say, but Andrea has been playing a little better in time pressure, but now she just blundered a pawn, so maybe I spoke too soon. She probably had to, though, because she had to defend b7. But this feels like a pawn that was going to fall regardless, and Andrea's best chance was maybe creating some counterplay on the king side here. Rook a6, okay, going for rook h8, maybe a little too late, but we're going to go for it. The pawn is now defended by a knight, so she can leave her knight here, because then she should have left her knight. It would have been blocking a lot of things here, but maybe she thought it was worth it. Whoa. Okay. This moved very quickly, and I wasn't sure if this was fine. But we got to pass. Oh, let's push the pass pawns. We like pass pawns. We're gonna push them. But 4 versus 2 pawns here. F3. We're gonna grab D2 with a 4 versus 2. Jessie should be able to win. Andrea shouldn't resign though. She definitely shouldn't resign because there are still tricks involved. Jen's Poker Podcast won an award. I remember. And the poker grid is pretty new, but that's a really incredible milestone. Yeah, if somebody can link Jen's podcast in the chat, that would be appreciated. I think we used to have a link to it before. Oh, no, we had a link to her chess one, not her poker one. So there we go. What are Andrea's best drawing chances here? I mean, if Andrea could somehow grab the h2 pawn and Jessie really blundered, maybe that would be it. But it's so hard to even find ideas to save this. Maybe knight d3. Whoa, Mavriel, thank you for the $100 donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mavriel. Andrea has a more serious face on. Andrea's competitive. She also doesn't like losing. Jessie with a comeback. There we go. 7-2. And we have Jen's Poker Grid podcast linked in the chat as well. That was a good fight, and that was a good recovery. Let's see if she's going to be able to ride on that momentum and get a couple more wins here. Yeah, so check it out there. Jessie is losing, but she might come back, you guys. And part of it is just getting adjusted to this online chess. Bishop g3, so this is still theory. This is all stuff we've seen before. I kind of want to open this with a... I like opening live analysis. Whoops, what did I do? With an opening book sometimes. Let me see if I could do a quick... Hey! What the heck? Oh, this is live analysis. Okay, hang on. We're going to take 1 second to go into the opening book here. I just want to see if they've been playing theory correctly so far. Yeah. Castle, bishop d3. Yeah, so this was my question. Bishop b5 is a sideline. So it's played like 1/3 the amount of time bishop d3 is. And then the theory here is knight e7 or a6. Okay, cool. Sorry. Back to the game. Back to the game. Whoa. Man, I'm just clicking everything tonight. Bishop b5, bishop e7. So that is not... This is a move that we found a little bit funny from the first time we saw it. Unless the idea was to play with knight h5. But I haven't seen Jessie following up with that. She just did follow up with that. Okay, cool. I like this idea combined with knight h5, even if it's not theory. A6 wins for who? Well-known London trap. Ah, okay. Well, that's strange because... Oh, a6 is 71% winning for white. You're right, it is trap. Bishop takes c6, b takes c6, queen a4. Okay, and if bishop b7, then you have bishop takes d6, queen takes d6, queen a3, winning a pawn. Nice. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Pretty cool. Thank you for letting me know, Anthony. Mapriel, thank you so much again for the $100 donation. We are over the $600 donation goal I had set for today. Thank you again. Whoa, Tiaz, thank you for the $5. Andrea B, let's go. Question mark. Thank you so much. Please fix board not visible. It should be visible now. Yeah, my bad. When I switch to analysis, it slightly changes the setup. So sorry about that. I could put the evaluation bar. I don't think it would be that helpful. Here, I'll turn it on for just to show an example. So here's the eval bar on the side. It shows it's a slightly better position for black. But I think it distracts a little bit because then you just look at the eval bar. So I'm going to turn it off. But if you would like to go look at it, I'm gonna put the link at chess.com so you can check it out. If it's a really complicated position, I can also turn on the engine and see if there's anything interesting. But I think when you look at eval bar and engine, you start looking at lines that are not as intuitive. So you can actually learn less because you're never going to have the same position again. So you should be looking for broader patterns, which sometimes the computers are just not going to point out. So that's why I'm not as big of a fan. I think you can keep it on, but you just have to be careful when to bring it up. So if it's, for example, if it's a really tactical position and we're just looking to solve for a mate, I'll sometimes put it on to check. But other times it... So for example here, does white have any traps? I'll turn on the eval bar for a second. Nope, white doesn't have any traps. So nothing like knight h4 and knight g6. The computer here actually likes e takes f6, which in this case makes some sense, right? Because we want to get rid of the double pawns here. Bishop g6, also another idea the computer likes. Ooh, knight h4. So it's probably because Andrea is looking for traps, but now I'm concerned that her bishop is not going to get out of there, or she's going to waste a lot of time trying to take it out. I'm going to turn off the engine. Which team are you on? Eval, yes. No eval bar ever. Thanks. Okay. So vote for it. Vote in the poll. Hey, Accident Castle. Straw polls. I miss the straw polls too. Ooh. Jessie might come back with this. So she's threatening to take. The reason I don't like this is because bishop takes, and now you grab the knight with probably the queen. Yep. And 2 pieces for a rook is much better, not to mention that we have the bishop pair. So Jessie looks like she's better here. 1.5 to 30 seconds. Jen, I'm guessing you picked for the one that's winning so far. So what should Andrea try to do here? She's playing against 2 bishops, and she's only got the rooks. And it's interesting because having rooks, you usually want an open position, and having bishops, you want an open position. But if I were Andrea here, I would absolutely do my best to not open the position. I would even just shuffle the rooks. If I could somehow get on the semi-open H file and create some trouble there, I would, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. F4 is a threat here. If she takes, then you got bishop g4, which is going to pin the rook. Ooh. Well, we kind of predicted that one. Okay, well, if Jessie sees this, bishop g4, Andrea can at least grab a pawn here. You know, get some compensation. Yeah, this is looking really good for Jessie here. Let's see. So bishop h4, really nice move. We're attacking f2. Is there a way to mate? Maybe something like bishop g3, queen h5. Oh, let's. Oh, for a second I thought the rook was hanging. I saw the queen was on d6, but it's not. Okay, cool. Queen takes c5. It's nice. It's protecting the f2 square, attacking the rook, and grabbing a free pawn. So Jessie has to take care of this rook threat. Don't blunder the rook. Superfluous is such a nice word, even if it's a little superfluous of a word itself. It sounds like what it means, which is kind of cool. I can't think of, there's a lot of words like that. Anyway, e6. Yeah, that makes sense, Jen, having somebody. Oh no. So rook d6. Well, we're gonna get mated if we do that. So this rook is tied in on the back rank. Otherwise, we're getting queen c1. Queen c6. Oh, Andrea almost had 6 seconds. Yeah, this is really lost, but she should still fight for it. Okay. That works as well. Queen e2. Several ways to mate. Wow. Andrea gave a little forced smile there as well, so it's good to see she does it regardless of win or loss. She's consistent. Jessie's probably feeling better here. 7-3. She's definitely playing better after the break. Andrea must feel comfortable. She has a 4-point edge, but she shouldn't get too comfortable. Quirky is another one. Yeah, quirky also sounds like what it means. That's true. Andrea, forced smile. Botez strikes back again. Exactly. Oh, I love some people in the chess.com chat that are also watching. Go, Andrea. Don't let her regain confidence. kerfuffle. I don't even know what that word means. Chess bay. Word of the bay. All right, so we're going back for this line with the early e5. Last time we were in this situation, Andrea played with d5, which I thought was a little unnecessary, and she could have gotten into trouble. There was a bit of misplay, I thought, on Jesse's end, but I do understand why Andrea liked it because it helped open up her bishop. She could just wait a little to do that. All right. White's turn to move here. Sorry, black's turn to move here. d6 looks interesting now because she's already castled. The issue is e takes, pawn takes. You're going to lose a pawn, but you do get your bishop out. And once you get your bishop out, you have ideas like knight b4 once you get rid of the pawn. And then all of your pieces are pointing towards the king side. So this position is actually so cramped that now that she castled, I'm okay with her moving the d pawn. I wish her queen wasn't in so much risk of this rook here before that happens. So this position, I would actually prefer white. Okay, fine. I'm looking up what kerfuffle means. Kerfuffle. A commotion or fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views. There was a kerfuffle over the chairmanship.
Kerfuffle.
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 Fantastic. Okay. I just, it helps me to hear it, to remember it. Okay, cool. I hope you learned something new today, chat. H5. Words with Alexander. No, I'm not the best one for new words. I really struggled. I had to cram very hard for the English part of the SAT. I will say that. It's easier with context, but sometimes if it's just one word, I really struggle without context. Okay, bishop h6. I really like Jesse's position here. Oh no, and if Andrea has to move something like e6, that poor bishop on c8 is not going to see the light of day. Oof. Okay, let's not look at that bishop. Nicola, what did you say? I think I missed your comment. No, it's a really sad bishop. That bishop's vibe check is at 1 right now. This knight is probably at a good solid 7 or so. Andrea is sitting here, so we have better time situation for Jesse than we've seen for most of the games. The question is, how is she going to break through here? I think is an idea like f3 and g4 too slow. We want to pry open these kingside pawns. Okay, f3. It's a very intuitive move. Got to protect the pawn on e5. Don't push f4 because then you can't protect with you can't push g4 anymore. But if you don't push f4, then how are you going to protect it? Rook d6. Does that work? You can't play knight c4 right away because of the bishop. But it feels like it could lead to some trouble. It feels like it could lead to some trouble. Maybe it's fine though. And g4 is coming. Gerber, that 10-year plan isn't going well. Nicola, thank you for the $25.90 donation. We are at $666. What a beautiful evil number. Thank you so much, Nicola. I appreciate it. I hit a high note, Farrell. Oh man, I didn't even notice. Oh well. Okay, so Andrea is sitting here. I feel bad for Andrea's position right now. Knight d5, okay. That's interesting because if knight takes, pawn takes, we are not threatening to take this. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Chessbay donated $44. Unevil. Thank you so much, Chessbay710. I really appreciate it, Bay. Thank you so much. So if knight takes, pawn takes, this is a threat, but you can fix it by just protecting the queen, getting it off the file, or just taking on d5 and giving the e5 pawn. It's probably the best way to do it. Let's see. Queen e1. Okay, so if knight takes here, we take with check, and we're still protecting the rook. Not an issue here. If knight takes, we can take back with the queen, and then the knight is pinned. Maybe Andrea can go for something like b5 now. I just think she has to try. Otherwise, there's just no sign of life on her queen side. Andrea's queen side is probably the nightmares keeping NASA scientists up at night, thinking that, you know, we're going to go explore and all of these planets are going to look like Andrea's queen side. Just nothing going on there. But she's fixing it a little bit. There is some hope. There is some hope. We see signs of improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Will it be fast enough? I don't know. G4 is coming in. This has been the long-term plan. As soon as the pawns start opening up on the queen side, I'm just not feeling good for Andrea's king here. H5 looks super powerful. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's see. This bishop, just Gerber, I don't know what 10-year plan this bishop was on, but it is really lagging behind. Queen h4 is coming in. Coming in for almost a kill. Although you have rook h8. You have rook h8, so it doesn't work right away. Oh. There we go. This is beautiful. And we're going to get a rook check. And we got mate. We got mates coming. Oh my gosh, Jesse February. Wow. Then at least I will be an hour early and not 2 hours late. Yes, Zila, I'm so sorry. But hey, we missed you. I didn't know why you weren't here. I was a little concerned, to be honest. But people explained it was a time situation, so that's fair. Nicola, thanks for the $67 donation. Further on evil. Aww, thanks, Nicola. I really appreciate it. Let me update the score, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 7-4. Jesse's having a comeback. Oh gosh. Has the cap been bringing bad luck to Andrea? No, we're not superstitious. Although, I wonder who's more superstitious, professional chess players or professional poker players. Obviously, poker has a bigger element of chance, but for how logical chess players are, I feel like we have a pretty high percentage of superstitious chess players. Poker, Jaguar? Okay, that's fair. Quick grocery and thanks for the $3 donation, BRV. Appreciate it. Yeah, I understand there must be, but the top players, yeah, poker relies on luck. So again, that's why I thought initially, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is probably poker players are more superstitious than pro chess players, but pro chess players playing a game of equal information are actually much more superstitious than you would initially believe. That's all. So there's a lot of grandmasters who will wear the same outfit day after day because they don't want to change it. Or sometimes they like to get in a routine, and that makes sense too. But I've heard way too many times like, oh, it's been working. Don't change it. So. Do you do that, Mariah? That's good to know. I honestly used to do it a little bit as well. My dad is quite superstitious, so. Mr. Pooptowel, thank you for the $28 donation. Go to bed, Vila. I'm just reading it out because it's a donation. $28 for Vila to go to bed, so please do that. You know a U.S. champion who wore the same down sweater for all 11 games. Exactly. All right. So we got E5. Once again, I prefer black here. And bishop takes, pawn takes, and we're going to win this because the knight's under attack and the queen's going to grab it after. This pawn looks like it's about to hang. Rook e8, very solid move. We're putting pressure on e5 and, you know, opening it up regardless. would be a potential plan for black in the future while the queen is on e2. Moobot DM'd you. Be careful, Farrell. Oh, sorry. Okay, rook e7. Doesn't allow for rook e8 right away because of the bishop. c4. Interesting idea. So if the pawn moves, we're still defending the knight with the bishop. I kind of like d4, honestly. This knight is defended. This bishop seems a little bit out of the loop. And we're opening up. Maybe we're even going to get some potential attack here. How are we going to activate this rook? That's a big question for me. If we could have played rook e8, the position would have been amazing. Knight g5. That looks like a very strong move here. Because we're getting rid of the knight that's protecting e5. And then queen takes is looking towards checkmate. So, this is tough. This is tough. I mean, it's not losing, but we got to move the knight. It's attacked 3 times, defended twice. Where are we going to move it? Knight e1 looks too defensive for me, much scarier. Trading off queen takes and then maybe queen g3 and just try to trade off and get into an endgame down a pawn might be the best option here. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Poopdal. I appreciate it. You're wondering if Andrea's starting to feel a bit nervous, Gerber? Yeah, maybe she got overconfident. Andrea has nerves of steel. No, she does do very well in pressure, but she certainly still feels pressure. Okay, so it seems like there has to be some tactics here. Does this work? Probably not. Sorry. Bishop takes g2, king takes, queen h3, king h1. No, because we don't have a continuation there. Rook takes e5. That's a pretty straightforward move. How is white going to survive the stack? Is f4 an option here? Wait, was f4 winning a piece here, or is there something we're missing? Oh, rook e3. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so that didn't work. Let me refresh to where we are now. Rook fe1, that makes sense. If Andrea can trade off some pieces, that's definitely going to be in her advantage because she's the one getting under attack. I know she's down a pawn, and often you don't want to trade if you're down a pawn, but here, this rook is a good one to trade also because the black rook can't get on e8 because of the bishop, so at least Andrea's going to have some control over the open file. Both players have 30 seconds now, so it might get a little crazy. Okay, mate in one threat. Can we push f3 here? Because then we're attacking the queen and the rook. Pawn is protected 3 times, attacked 3 times, and it's pinned. But the pin doesn't matter because if white ends up taking with the queen, the only way to take back would be with the queen and there would not be a pin. Ah, nice find. King f1 because king h1 would have gotten a queen and rook threat. Wow, Jesse's playing a lot better. Queen f2 is a threat. Rook e2 maybe? G3 also works. All right, we're seeing some trades. Position has gotten very interesting. Andrea survived the attack. Maybe king g2. It always feels safe to reposition your king a little bit. We don't want to allow queen h3. h4, though, is a very pushy move. What else? Queen f5 would have worked and defended both. Maybe I would have liked that move better. But with 9 seconds on the board, I would just try to play a little bit quickly also. Nice move, Jesse. You want to kick that bishop, but unfortunately, b5 doesn't. Maybe it works, though, because you take rook takes a2 and you get in on b2. Maybe b5 is a strong move. Because you want to bring your rook to the open file at some point. Rook d8, all right. And bishop c2. Andrea going for the trades here. She's going to allow the rook to get onto e8, but she's trying to consolidate her position here. 5 seconds. 7 seconds for both. There is increment. They get an extra 2 seconds each move. Ooh, Andrea's getting greedy. She took the free pawn. Things are getting a little wild. Is that another free pawn I see here? Yeah, it is. It is. Although, no, the blunder. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh, that was not good. Oof. Okay. Well, 10 seconds to 7. Andrea has 1 pawn for a knight. If Andrea could somehow grab on c5, there's still some chances there. Her king is also a lot more active, but she's making some blunders here. Yep, this looks very winning for black. Oh my gosh, 4 in a row from Jessie. Hey, it is making the match closer. Rook here is better because if she moves the knight, she's going to lose the pawn on c5. Yeah, so maybe activate your king. This is probably even better, going for king c4. Rook b4, strong move here. Attacking the knight once again, but she's going to be in check. If she loses this pawn, that's fine. At least she has a pass pawn she can go for. Ooh, I would have just gone and taken the pawn. Andrea's only trump here is this pass pawn. Can she use it and force black to trade one of her pieces for the a4 pawn? You sometimes see it in bullet. I mean, not impossible. This king is now getting really far away from the queenside pawns, which, whoa, what is that? Oh man, 7-5. John, that is such a funny joke. You're the first person who said it. Yeah, exactly, in order. I don't know if that means that they're gonna do anything. Asia has definitely been better at containing the virus than what seems like the US has done so far. And I think I'm freaking out a little bit because I'm starting to have headaches and a bit of a fever, but I get sick often, so it's probably just that. But there has been a case at my one of my close friends' workplace that just got confirmed. So Aimhat, thank you for the $10 donation. A great commentator and even better sister. I mean, it's a huge place of work, so it's probably fine for my close friend, who I'm obviously in contact with. And I do wash my hands and I am careful. So again, it's probably fine. But it's just, I would have to pay out of pocket if I get sick and if I need help in New York. And yeah. Anyway, anyway, let's go back to this game. Alex bringing Corona to Calgary. Well, I'm flying to Calgary on Monday, but I told Eric, I was like, oh, by the way, there's some risk. But Calgary also had one person who had Corona at their airport. Anyway, back to the game. It's also only really dangerous to people who are immune compromised. Sure. But if it's not contained properly and you have any type of complications at any age and the healthcare system is over capacity and they can't take you in, then it is pretty risky. I have health insurance, but it's under my parents because under Obama's previous system, I can have it until 25 and the health insurance is only covered on the West Coast. So I might just fly back to Oregon after Calgary if things are getting worse. And yeah, if you are old or if you are sick, that's even more concerning. I'm not trying to say that it's not. I think it's something we need to take care of for everybody and not just think about our own safety. Apparently in China right now, it's illegal to not be wearing a face mask outside. China was able to quarantine, but they took extreme measures, and I just don't see the US taking that. Yeah, I'm with Kaiser, John. Which I think I've ranted to you about. But stop fear-mongering. I'm not fear-monger. I'm not trying to create fear. I'm just trying to say it's better to be prepared than not. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I had a conversation with Vila too, where he was saying how his mom wants him to be prepared and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I agree with your mom. What's the worst case that you're prepared with supply, or you're just trying to do what's best? Worst case, you have extra food and stuff like that. It's a bit of a hassle. That's fine. Oh, 26, not 25. Okay, good to know, John. Thank you. So I have a little longer on my parents' health insurance. Yes. Anyway. I mean, I think stopping big events and any type of stuff like that, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because you want to give the healthcare system as much time to prepare as they can, just so that anybody who does end up having complications can get the support they need. I mean, there's a lot of bad things. Yeah, Mariah, Asian people in general are getting discriminated. That's there's just so many negative things coming out as a result of the corona. So yeah, it sucks. Vila, that's great. That's great. Where did the commentator go? You're right, Thorn. I'm sorry. I went on a I'm sorry. Let's go back to the game. So, Andrea just grabbed a pawn on c2. She was down a pawn, but she has a really nice attack. The issue here is that bishop h6 is coming. Oh man. What are we gonna do? So queen e6, give up the queen, delay it. No, there's no way to stop this. This is winning for white. There you go. The commentator's back. Yeah, more than half of people got better, and that's fantastic, but still better to prepare. Arrow Slot, thank you for the $3 donation. I really appreciate it. $826 raised, and the initial goal was $600, so thank you so much. Is the defeat inevitable here? I think it is. There's no way to stop queen g7, and in a position like this, you could see, well, does black have any checks? There's no checks here. Any ways to protect that square? No. With a queen there, something like that. Bishop h6, and now what? Rookie 1. Okay, and then we can... actually, Rookie 1 is... Maybe we can move the bishop first, because this is still a threat. But then you have Rook e6. Oh, shoot. Maybe I disqualified it too soon. So let's say Bishop c4 instead to attack the e6 square. All right, so the checkmate wasn't actually inevitable. Andrea found a way to save it. She did. Very nicely done. Although I think Bishop c4 was winning, but... Lacho, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Good job, Andrea. You're still down a piece, but Jesse has 5 seconds. So if Andrea somehow clutches this after what I said, would be kudos to her. Again, down a piece, but hey, what a crazy comeback. Where did the piece go? How is Andrea winning this? What? Why did we move our knight away? No. Jessie blundered her bishop and Andrea's on the comeback. Andrea's gonna win this game? Are you kidding me? I spoke it into existence. I thought it was totally lost. I was looking and I just threw away the chances there. Oh my gosh. Andrea is clutch. Guys, spam your Andrea emotes in the chat. My personal favorite is this one with young Andrea's funny eyebrows, but I understand you might have a different favorite. Yeah, Jessie had an amazing comeback and then started blundering in one positions. Mate in one. Wow, Andrea. Look at her relief. King b5, queen c4. I'm going to just change the score quickly. Tom Cats 315. Thank you for subscribing, sir. I really appreciate it. Let's just go back. Okay, so here, I really liked bishop c4 in that position. I think that would have been enough. All right, 8-5. It's still close. Jessie can still come back. Superstitious people like you would say, well, I don't think... I think there is actually some help from taking a break and distancing yourself a little bit and recollecting your composure before you come back. What are breaks exactly, Astro? C4, going for the center. These players are way too mature. We need some chess brought temper tantrums. Mavril, they're both very focused. Even Jessie at the halfway, she just wanted to stay focused on the game. We saw that, so we'll save the interview for the end of the game. The rating is once again pretty close, 1800 to 1825. When it was lopsided, Andrea was getting close to 1900. She is pushing all of her pawns on the queen side. Black's position is actually very cramped here. I would expect she'd try to go for e5 soon. White can also go for e4. It seems a little much to have 5 of your pawns already on the 4th rank, but it also would block her own bishop. e5 is a very strong move, and she's helping prepare it now. Her rook is putting pressure. She can also reposition her bishop onto g7 later. Maybe good to have a pawn on g6 and just, you know, contain against any possible kingside attacks. How should white continue here? She can always move this bishop. It's a nice prophylactic move because you know e5 is coming and you're going to have to move your bishop at some point. So why not do it now when there's not a clear plan? Either to g3 or h2, they both look pretty solid. Probably I would like h2 more just because you don't want to have knight h5 in the future. But bishop g3 also allows space for the king, which if you get into an endgame at some point, it might be helpful. So both have their pros. You're the same rating as Andrea. Oh, that's cool. Losing that game, Eric would have thrown a chair. Yeah, but Eric wouldn't have lost that game also, so. What numbers and names mean? Yeah, there's always some meaningful numbers. The games are being played on chess.com, yes. So if you would like to follow the game live, here you go. I'm going to link it for you. Bishop g5, pinning the knight, so that's why she decided to keep it there. Bishop h4 or take, those are the only two options. If she takes, it's a close position, so actually might be worth it to trade off the bishop pair here. These bishops aren't having the time of their lives. Neither is the bishop on d3. The knights are more useful in a position like this. Jessie should try to open the position. c6 looks like the best try. Makes sense that she played it just now. Is it 8-5 in favor of Andrea? Yep, I tried to do the score at the same side as their cameras to make that distinction. C takes D5, open file. Andrea has more space in the center here. If the rooks are traded off, Andrea's first to the open file. She can also play with Queen B2 and Rook C1. Yeah, Jessie's from South Africa. And she streams with one of her friends, WCM Rebecca. So check them out on #chess. You're impressed with her. That is impressive, Big Eye Chad. Here is their Twitch channel. Andrea should have probably put her queen on B2 because you want to protect the C1 square a little more. She actually gave Jessie the file here, so I don't think she played that correctly. Knight C4, tempting, but then you have to deal with B5. So what do you actually want to do here as white now? I'm not sure. The plan isn't so clear. Maybe something like B5 and trying to get your knight on C6. It's a really slow plan. B5, knight B1, knight A3. Sorry, we need to get to A4. What am I talking about? No, the knight would have to get to C2 or A2. Maybe knight C4, then knight A3, then knight B5. Why is your face crooked, fish-eyed, with a drawn third eye as Andrea's avatar? That's just how I normally look before makeup and good angles. Boot failure. So, you know, be nice. Knight H5, looking towards F4. G3, protecting that square, but we are creating a weakness here. Maybe King G2. I would probably take Jessie's position here, which is strange because her bishops are so out of play. No, I would take Jessie's position. Well, at this point, I would. Where are we going with the bishop? Maybe I spoke too soon earlier, but Andrea's in serious time pressure. Oh, wow. Chessbait, this new reason is awesome. I didn't see it before. Is it a new Twitch feature? Okay, so white looks way better. Well, white still looks better, but white is down a pawn here. Although, rook d1, threatening to take on e5. Maybe if we reposition our knight in the center, and we're also pointing towards b6, say black plays something like queen c7. We want to try to keep this bishop locked, but as soon as black is able to open up the position, it's going to be more of an issue. Oh, we just rarely use it. Oh, okay, but I didn't know that. That's helpful for me to know. Knight takes e5. This looks like blunder for white. Let's go back here. I mean, I get this position was really hard to play, but a slow move like queen c7 would make a lot more sense than just giving up a pawn straight up. Now I like white's position. Andrea has 20 seconds to 50. It's just a moderating message, so only me and the mods could see it. Mega. Yeah, it was a blunder for black. Did I say a blunder for white, Astro? No, it was a blunder for black for sure. Okay, we're attacking b6, bishop c5. How are we going to put more pressure? We're playing knight c4, but I don't think we need to yet. Trading off the queens makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I like it. When you're up material, go for the trade. Where's this bishop going to go? I don't know. And if we can take and push, oh, fantastic. This is a really nice conversion. Knight can't take here because we'll promote. So king f8, probably the best idea. Just activate. Move like knight d2 or e5 also. Okay. White just has to be careful to not lose this pawn, but she can play knight c4 now, which is great because she is protecting both pawns as well as blocking the pass pawn. Andrea's playing some good chess. I'm starting to be a little afraid of Andrea because, like I mentioned earlier, we're playing in the same tournament. I don't want to get paired against Andrea. She's kind of underrated. Kind of underrated. Ooh, so we always need to be careful of this pawn, but this is the square, so the king is in it. I didn't have time because they're playing so quick. So the king is always, I mean, king e2 makes the most sense here, but the king is going to be in the square here. Knight takes f7. Wow, Andrea with the swindle. Although she had a better position with the white pieces at some point. Bye, Antoniux. Match point incoming, says Mega Man. Yep, with the knight on e3 now, white can always sack, and with the 3 pawns and the king far away, then even if white had to sack the knight for the pawn, white would still be winning. Yeah, this is just a regular match, call me. Although it would be cool to start some kind of bracket with the female chess streamers. Chiyu would destroy, but we've kind of already seen. Must be the headphones. Whoa, 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 big guy chat. Don't stroke her ego on those headphones even more. Chess Bay with the quirky remarks. I think it's going to be the match point after this. 9-5. Yep. Wow. Congratulations, Andrea. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be it. First to 10 points. Andrea is taking a deep breath. She doesn't even have that suppressed smile anymore. I think she's just nervous. Andrea fending off Jesse's furious comeback. Absolutely. Jessie has put in the work, and she really, really did have a good comeback. All right. Gonna have another Sicilian here. Seems like we're going back to the start. Chat, is this going to be it? Is this going to be the game point? We'll find out. We'll find out. We're not trying to get complacent, that's for sure. It's not easy to win that many games when you go down that much. Yeah, this is one of the best comebacks I've seen in a while, so I'm really impressed with what Jessie was able to do here. Another hyper-accelerated dragon again with the pawn on e5. I think Jessie has been getting good positions with this opening so far. I mean, she's been winning the last like 2 or 3 games with this opening. She just has to finish it off. Let's see if she's able to do it. Andrea about to lose herself in the music in a moment. We'll see, Astro. She might. Do we take or do we retreat? Oh, sorry. I mean, if we retreat here, we're going to trade out the bishop, so we'd have to play something like bishop d3. I would probably try to keep my bishop here. Seems like an important piece if you're going for a kingside attack. Is Andrea going to have tough times with the bishop on c8 again? I don't know. We'll find out. Seems like d5 is playable here. d5 or d6. It's time for black to open up this position. Andrea's pretty good at this time control so far, Drunk Pyro. She's been improving. I mean, if somebody looks at Andrea's Blitz rating gain, it's been a good progression. I think when she started streaming, she was around 16 or 1700. So she needed time to adapt to a fast time control. Better watch out, Alexandria. She's coming for you in Blitz and Bullet. Well, she's going to college soon. We'll see if she keeps up with it then. But I shouldn't underestimate Andrea, and I've learned that the hard way through our bets. So you're right. I should be careful, and I should be training more. I can't be... If I'm lower rated than Andrea, then I would seriously maybe just quit streaming for a month and just stay in a little room with just a bed, a board, chess books, and you would never hear from me. The shame. The shame. Just because you got to be competitive with your siblings. Sounds like your room. John Hobb, that's funny. That's funny. Elder sibling shame. Exactly. Exactly. No, I'm already motivated for the tournament. Oh yeah, maybe a bathroom too. That's true, Norder. One or the other. Ellen Carlson stopped playing chess for years after her little brother beat her. Oh, did she really? I didn't know she stopped playing because of that. Yeah, having Magnus as a younger sibling must have been quite the hit to the ego. Well, Andrea's good, but she's not Magnus, so... Oof, you guys are getting me nervous here. Opa. Andrea looks like she's talking to our mom. Because you have other interests. Exactly, Jetty. Well, luckily for us, we have enough of an age gap that we were never really directly competitive. Although now I might have to compete with her in the women's closed. Or maybe it's not closed. Maybe it's just Canadian Women Championship. What is the actual title? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Queen h4. Looks like bishop f6 is an idea here. But she is giving up a pawn to do it, so we're going to see if she has enough compensation. Rook d2. Let's just take care of that threat first. This is also a weak pawn, so I don't know if we want to trade or if we want to go for something like bishop f4 and just put more pressure. That would also work. Rook d2. Okay, cool. So the bishop's got to move away. We can also double up the rooks here if we want. That's a nice way to activate. And black is going to be stuck protecting. Can never put a rook on d8 because of the bishop and the queen. So Jesse's going to get that pawn back immediately. Mr. Poop Dowel. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Honestly, he would still win, but that would be fun. Maybe I think I'd have more chance in a classical game when you're up material, but it would still be very scary. Putting my odds at like 5%. Yeah, Mr. Poopdal, gotta create a little bit of hype there. Up a queen, well, it's different when you're up a full queen Astro than absolutely, but when it's a Botez Gambit and you have some flexibility of how you do it and you could prepare some tricky lines, it's different. It's different. Eric and I don't make a good team in Hand and Brain Mariah, so definitely the former. All right. F6. That's a strange looking move. I know Andrea's really eager to put her rook on d8, but closing up our own bishop here. Bishop e3 looks like a good move just because we are threatening the knight and threatening the pawn, even if you don't have to take it right away. Oh, is this a blunder? Are we wait, hang on. So let's say g5, queen h5. How do we attack the queen here? Because if we play bishop g6, then you have queen h3. But even if you have queen h3, then you have g4. This looks tricky. I don't know if Andrea's going to see it. Ooh, Andrea missed her opportunity there. That was a great one. Is Andrea a title player? Not yet. Not yet. What is going on here? Black's king position looks super suspicious. But somehow Andrea has managed to hold on to her extra pawn. 20 seconds to 27. Anything can happen here. Does white have some type of killer kingside attack? Or is Andrea going to be able to fight off the attack and just end up in a better endgame? Oh, that's a great Moobot command. That for a second I thought that worked. Never mind. There's the bishop. Ha ha ha. Okay. Bishop e2. White's king is also looking a little bit awkward now. Black has his pass pawn on d5. Queen h6 would be scary if there was a dark squared bishop to help back up that threat. But king h8, I would just play it right away. Prophylactic move. Because then queen h6, king comes, and then we're attacking f3. 6 seconds to 15. Who is better in time pressure? Well, we've seen more blunders from Jesse in time pressure, but Andrea also very capable of blundering under the time constraint. Queen f4. Okay, the rook is under attack, and so is f. Oh my gosh. What about... No, it still doesn't work. I don't know why I keep looking at this. What about rook c7? Nope, because the f2 pawn is under attack. Holy smokes, Andrea with the swindle. not even a swindle, because it was a complicated game. But Andrea coming in clutch in time pressure. I think that's what it is. Is there any way to try and... I don't see... The queen actually has no checks here. Maybe Andrea's going to forget about this rook. We'll see. Something like, oh, I think king you... Yeah, all right, let's try. Let's try for a draw here. That's the best chance. And oh, Andrea just made it. Oh my God, Andrea! Take the pawn on b2. Are you kidding me? Are you? Andrea. Oh, yo. Whew.